Okay, reading the manual, this guy, the gear reduction unit, needs straight 30 weight oil in it. So yeah, that's why I've taken this piece off. And you need to do that to access the drainage plug here. But I warn you now, when you come to drain this, you need a very shallow container. And I kind of wouldn't unplug this or unscrew this all the way, because it's very easy to overfill the container and get it all over your garage floor. Not that I did that, if my wife's watching this. So yeah, and to get this piece off, this like side thing, I think you can probably work that out. It's 3 bolts, 1, 2, and 3. And the reason I went 2 is because this one's hard to access. So you need to come from the other side, and it's a pain in the arse, but you'll get it. Okay, so like the manual said, straight 30 in here, obviously through the top. But just bear in mind, this plug on the side is your fill level. So I guess I'll loosen that top up here. Wait for it to come out here. I don't know. Let's just do that. Yeah, obviously this one's in nice and tight. I just like to put a rag around there in case it does leak. Yeah, in she goes. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm just going to keep an eye on that. And then I know that's my fill level, so that is right, but I don't know whether to have it fully unplugged. Anyway, let's just do that. Yep, there she goes. So I've gone the low-tech way of putting my finger over it. Have plenty of rag to hand. You'll notice I'm working on top of a bit of board so I don't get all shit on the garage floor. Probably not the right way, but there we go. Let's get that finger tight for now. Okay. Let's get the plugs in not too tight. You don't want to strip the front. Just tighten off, eh? That'll do. Same with the top. Obviously check the bottom one as well. That seems pretty tight. Good. Okay, so that's it. That's the gear reduction unit done. So yeah, there's a piece in the manual that says to access the chains and gears in here by removing the engine plates. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to do that, but I don't know how long this thing's been sat around, so let's just do it. So next thing, engine plate off and lubrication of chains. Oh, bollocks. Well, of course, you can't get this guy because it's impeded by this guy. So the engine's going to have to come off. Okay, let's do that. So obviously these two at the front, let's get them off. I'm going to get my socket set way quicker. I can't even use that because it's too... No, it's impeded and it doesn't fit right on the bolt. I'm going to have to go old school, spanner. Yeah, there's actually a nut at the bottom, so yeah, just so you know. So yeah, out of here, split washer, bolt, nut. Move on to this guy. Take your time, not easy to access. Okay. Moving towards the back, I think it's just this guy and this guy. Let's do this guy. Again, take your time, hard to access, and I can't fit the socket tool in there. So just, yeah, plod along, take your time. Come on. Now this guy. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we should be able to take the engine off. Let's do that. Oh, before you do that, just make sure you've got a bit of board or something to put it on, so it'll likely have oil and shit on it. Alright, so now we can just finish off taking the engine plate off. Let's do that. That's the one we couldn't access before. At least I can use the socket set on this, so that's nice. Speed things up a bit. And I think it's just these. So yeah, like I say, just this guy. Let's do that. Closer, closer. So I think we need to undo this guy. It's at the back of the controls, really, this guy. Yeah, and that will give you the access you need. So, looking at this, I'm really, really encouraged by that. So yeah, the lubricants they recommend in the original manual, do you know what, I don't know, I think it's Lubriplate or something. And I looked online and you can buy, they're still around, you can still buy it, but you can buy it in big vats. What I'm going to do instead as a substitute is just use a bit of that. Don't put too much on, because then it'll just attract dirt and shit. Just, and then yeah, of course you can just get that to wherever you want it. Go again. It probably doesn't need doing actually, but just to be safe, we've got in there. So anyway, spin the wheels, spin this to rotate the chain and get it all lubed up. Don't go overboard, but do something. Like in this case, I think I was pretty lucky. It all looks really good. Maybe like give those hard places to reach a clean while you're in there. Drop or two of 3-in-1 oil, places like here. And put it back together. Yeah, definitely put this bit on first before you put the engine on, as you're attaching the engine plate. Because like I say, this guy I'm pointing to with my finger is a bleep to access. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, get all the stuff on finger tight. So, 1, 2, 3, that guy. So yeah, just to reiterate, the three attached to this. 1, 2, 3. This guy, this guy, this guy. Now before you put the engine on, you can crank these to the correct torque or guesstimate it. Just, yeah, obviously don't overcrank. Okay, looking good. Yeah, and while you do have the engine out, just clean any shit up. Just clean it. And then use your chain and cable lubricant to lubricate the cables. Probably hasn't been done in years, so may as well. Oh, that's way better. Now put the engine in. It's just me filming. I can't... Anyway, all I'm going to do is lift the engine, walk around with it, put it where it lives, and bolt it down. Just like that. Okay, so now we've done that job. Let's attach all the belts and make sure everything's working as it should be. So yeah, I'm going to reattach the flywheel. Before you do that though, very important, you've got 2 bolts. You've got 4 holes. So 2 of these holes are threaded and 2 are non-threaded. Okay. So line up the non-threaded to the corresponding holes in the flywheel. And what that does is it just pushes and squeezes the collar onto the shaft. And then when you want to take it off, use the threaded holes, and that pulls the flywheel away off the shaft. So I'm going to go ahead and use the non-threaded holes. Yeah, I don't actually know what this thing is, but it goes in the notch on the side. If anyone knows the proper name for this, let me know. Cool. Now I'll put the collar on. Notice a little notch where my finger is. That fits over the key thing I've just put in. Like so. Let's try that again. It would help if I put a flywheel on first. So yeah, put collar in flywheel first. Much better. Now line up the non-threaded holes with the holes in the flywheel and put the bolts in. No, don't do that. Actually, before you put the flywheel on, get this belt round the belt round this pulley. I kind of cocked that up. So you can see where I'm hoping to give you a good idea in case you need to do all this. So this one I'm pointing to from here. Okay. So yeah, something like this. So behind clutch, nicely rooted, behind look, get it all nice and lined up. Then line up the non-threaded holes and put the bolts in, like so. Don't tighten it yet. Just check you've got everything working, like clutch for drive works, and then the clutch for the gathering mechanism at the front works. So there you go, engage, disengage, seems to work nicely. And then for the wheels, don't know if you can see down there, but you got engage and disengage. Oh, hang on. There, that's better. Locks in, look. Nice and engaged. And then, yeah, disengage. Okay. Alright, so now you've cranked these up. The flywheel's all nice and secure. Not going anywhere. So at this point in time, you probably want to crank the engine, switch the engine on, and just check at running speed the clutches, all the belts are aligned and the clutches work properly. Yeah, do that. problem at all with the drive. You could probably see at the front here, this was engaging where it shouldn't be. Yeah, if I'm honest, I'm not quite sure how to fix that problem, so no biggie. We'll just leave the covering off for now. So, before I finish off here, a YouTuber said, don't forget to oil this guy, because that's like a clutch, and if you hit something hard, the stuff in here, the gatherer, will stop, and this needs to like slip. It's like a clutch mechanism or something. So there's a little lid here. I don't know how much oil I'm going to put in there, but I'm going to put some 3-in-1 in there. All right, that's done. So you can see oil there, so that's probably enough. Anyway, that'll keep that all from seizing. Give the chain a bit of a lube up. Brilliant, we're looking in good shape.